So this is the Bourree tutorial. So this piece is all about the crescendos and singing long notes, really singing. I mean, it is a dance and it's a bit faster than a waltz, but I like to just think of it as you know, a really free, happy piece. So the first note that I want to do is the E2, which is a G. So you want to make sure that's as ringing as you can. It's a point of resonance note. So try and make it as loud and ringing as you can. Go for it. Okay, and now we're going to try the 3 on the E string. So deep bow into the string, long bows, and kind of close-ish to the bridge. Go for it. And the last one is that 4th finger on the E string. Now this isn't a point of resonance note, but we can make it as ringing as we can still. Try. So these 3 notes are the tops of our phrases in this piece. So at the start, yeah, that's our big part. And then we get softer. Okay. So the other bit to watch out for this bit is we have to do up bow at the start, up, and slurs. Now here. So we want to use a whole bow there. Slur. Now this one, make sure you slur. Slur, slur. And save your bow here. We don't want to use the whole bow. Save your bow. And we get louder slowly. And really big bows. And a little bit less here. So it's all about the crescendos and the decrescendos. And the more crescendos and the decrescendos. And I know we've talked about this before, but the way we get louder is by starting soft and then using more pressure, more deepness, bigger bows, and coming closer to the bridge, yeah? All right, so the next bit is pretty similar. We start up bow, really always watching out for the slurs. Don't forget your bowings. Up bow. Getting louder here. That's the note we practice. Nice and big. Okay. And big. Now here's a high 3. Make sure that's nice and high. Okay. So we've got to watch out for our bowings and also our 4 fingers and open strings. So if we go from the 3rd line, up, down, open. And really big sound. Open. 3, 4. High 3, 4. Open. Now this bit's soft. And the next bit, up, down. Up, down. Go back to bar 13, it's a little bit dun da 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 bum ba da da da. So it's always the first beat that we want to lean on, and it's like a little breathe in before we land on it. It's an anacrusis or an upbeat. Up, down, da da dum. Up, down, da da dum. Lean and come away. Lean, come away. Let's go from bar 9. this is a separate, different ending. 2 on the D string. Getting louder. Bigger burst. Don't forget the repeats. Little quick bow division things. So bow division is like how much we use in our bow. So do we use half the bow? Do we use a quarter of the bow? How much are we using? Or do we play at the tip? Are we playing at the frog? Just that, all that type of stuff. So now that you're in book 2, you have to start thinking about these things. Now at the start, we talked about the anacrusis or the upbeat. So anacrusis is if it's at the start of the piece, and upbeat is like all throughout. So we have the anacrusis at the start, and we lift a little bit. It's just like a little breath. It's kind of like that feeling. Dum, ba. So we use a little bit less bow, and then a little bit more on the downbeat. Okay. A little bit more weight as well, heaviness. So that happens each time at bar 9 as well. Dum, ba, da. And the part we talked about was bar 13. Good. And now. Okay, always up, down. Okay, and then the next bit was at the end of the bow, a decrescendo. So here. So the first note, even though it's shorter, can actually use the same amount or even more because we're trying to decrescendo. So even though it's 1, 1, 2, so the second note is worth 2 beats instead of 1, we use lots of bow on the first note. See how slow the bow is at the end? Ba, ba, just a little bit. Getting louder. Lean that away. Teeny bits of bow. And the same thing happens in bar 12. So in the repeat sign, here, lean, small bows. We don't want to go like that. We want lean and come away. Okay. And the last thing is in bar 8, I think. Big bow, small bow. Small, slow bow. So it's a decrescendo. Da, dun, dun, dun. Getting softer. Da, dun, dun, dun.